Hello and welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel. I'm here in the Snow Palace right now because I'm going to be talking with Daniel Switzer, who grew up right here in St. Louis and is now in the ensemble of the tour of Disney's Frozen, the Tony-nominated musical, which is playing the Fabulous Fox in Grand Center November 2nd through 14th, 2022. We'll be talking about the differences between the movie and the stage version, as well as what it's like to be in the ensemble of a big show like this one. But first, let's take a look at what you can expect to see when you see Frozen on stage. Okay, so that'll give you a little taste of what you can expect to see on the Fabulous Fox stage November 2nd through the 14th with the tour of Frozen. And with me here is Daniel Switzer, who is from St. Louis originally, like I said, and now he's touring with Frozen. Daniel, welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so just a little bit of background for the audience out there. Of course, you're from St. Louis. You did the High School Musical and Muni Kid thing here, and you graduated from Rockford College, right?
Yes, Rockford, now University in Rockford, Illinois. Yep.
Okay. Did you go like straight into the professional end of things afterwards, or did you do some like community theater or other nonprofit work first, or what?
So at Rockford, our professors really encouraged us to get involved with summer stocks and getting
Ah, okay.
professional credits under your belt while you were still at the school. So I was lucky enough to get some EMC points, which is Equity Membership Candidate points, and
Okay.
uh, and then I joined a non-ac national tour of cats right out of college, which was really cool to be a part of like right away. And yeah, I did. I just jumped right into the business right out of college.
Okay, so they threw you right in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, cats is pretty much the deepest end of that pool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a hardworking ensemble, I would imagine.
It is, and I'm really glad I did it when I was younger, right out of college, because I was able to give it my all, and I have really fond memories of performing as Mungo Jerry across the United
Oh,
States, and it was a lot of fun, honestly.
but boy, a lot of work too, I would imagine. It's a very physically
Yeah.
active show. Yeah.
Yes.
How does that compare? I'm wondering with now you're in the ensemble of Frozen, so is that does that require as much sheer physical energy from you, or more or less? What's it like?
Good question. Yeah, so we definitely dance in this show, which, you
Hmm.
don't really remember that from the movie, but we've added it to the musical. We take certain stuff in the movie and we make it more musical. So in the movie,
Okay.
there's trolls who are singing Fixer Upper, and in the musical, we are hidden folk and we are people from the forest, and we come out and we like perform Fixer Upper as a really big dance production number.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean this is common to anyone who's seen the stage version of a Disney movie musical is that it becomes more of a full-fledged Broadway musical than
Exactly.
the film originally was. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
we've
makes
added a
sense.
couple new songs. In the movie, the sisters never sing together, and in our show, they have a duet together for the first time.
Okay. Okay. This is kind of the genius, I think, of the way Disney does these, going all the way back to Lion King, is that they understand that they have to do something different for the stage than what they did in the animated film because they're two different mediums.
Yeah, and you brought up Lion King, so they really learned a lot about puppetry, and we have
Yeah.
two characters, Olaf and Sven, who are life-size puppets.
Yeah, I would. I've seen some pictures of. Is it? Let's see. Is Sven the snowman, or is it the other way around? I
Other way
forget.
around. Yeah, Olaf
Other way.
is a snowman. Yeah.
Okay. Been a while since I've seen the movie. Um, yeah, and that can be a challenge, also. I'm sure. But so, what is it like being in the ensemble for a show like this? Because I don't think people in the ensemble ever get enough credit for these things.
Well, thank you. I'll take some right now. I appreciate that. It is not easy work. We are part of the opening scene and we close the show. We're on stage pretty much like throughout the whole entire show, adding to a scene, telling more of the story. And so we are singing, dancing, and acting. And I will say, our show, the ensemble specifically, a lot of us cover and understudy next bigger roles. So for me, I understudy Olaf and Wesselton. So
Oh,
I have to be prepared at all times to step into other roles as well. So it's a lot of work that goes into being the ensemble.
right. See, and that's interesting because, of course, Olaf being a puppetry role, that requires some special skills that you wouldn't otherwise you wouldn't have to have. So I would imagine that's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I remember during the audition, I'd never done puppetry before, and they were like, "So we're gonna test you in Olaf," and they just threw me into the suit for the puppet, and they were like, "You're a dancer, you'll pick it up." And I tried my darndest, and I guess they liked what they saw because now I understudy Olaf.
Great. Have you ever had a chance to do Olaf so far?
I have, and it's been
Ah,
really, really fun to be able to step into a role that people look at as such a like an iconic role now, or character, I should say. And he has this ability to have this positive nature about everything, and so that's really fun to play.
oh, cool. I'm glad to hear that. It's a shame to understudy and never get to do the darn part. Uh, I've had my share of experience in ensembles and musicals, so I really kind of strongly identify with people who are doing that. It's
Nice.
good to see you guys getting some credit. Uh, Which reminds me, one of the things, of course, about being in a musical these days, with COVID still going on, is that y'all have to be more careful than you used to previously. What kind of precautions do you take in rehearsal and even performance in the current environment?
Yeah, we do have a lot of COVID protocols right now just to be as safe and as cautious as possible to make sure that our show can continue running. We do take it pretty seriously. So, all of our crew backstage are wearing masks every day. And then we also test regularly just to make sure that, we're not missing anything. We monitor and we don't let anybody else come backstage. So, we're pretty strict about what we're doing backstage.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I assume equity has a little something to say about that as well.
Yes, our union does have a lot of protocols, and they've been trying to keep up with everything that comes from the government and doctors around the country.
Okay. Now, here's something else people may not be aware of. The show opens here November 2nd. How much time do you folks actually have to rehearse at the Fox before you go on?
So, since we're a touring production, we do our rehearsing throughout our stay. So, before we get on stage, we just do a simple sound check to
Okay.
make sure that the quality of the sound is going to fit into the giant sphere of the Fox
Yes.
and make sure that it sounds good for each individual theater. So, specifically the Fox. And then we'll do like a quick few things here where our new local backstage crew can practice some of the magic that happens so that they're not just doing it the first time during a show. So it's pretty quick, pretty fast.
Okay. So it's like you come in, you do the tech basically, and you're on.
Exactly. Yeah, we've
Okay.
already been rehearsing the show a lot before we got into town.
Okay. Very good. Well, that's really everything I wanted to ask. But is there anything else you'd like to tell people about this show that you think would really like encourage them to come if they haven't seen it?
Sure. Yeah. We have a great show for the whole entire city of St. Louis to come enjoy. There's so many things that everyone will enjoy. It's a family show, it's
Hmm?
a bond show about sisters. And, there's just a lot of goodness in the show that I think everyone will love. We've got a few other St. Louis natives in the show. Natalie Wisdom and Berkeley Going are also St. Louis natives. So
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
there's going to be a lot of St. Louis talent up on that stage. So that's really exciting.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Berkeley Going, who also has Muni background. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I guess the Muni is kind of like the main starting point for a lot of young people going into musical theater these days from St. Louis.
I think if you have a kid out there who is talented and wants to get involved, bringing them to the St. Louis Muni auditions is a great way to go.
Yeah, yeah. I can well believe it. Okay, well, listen, Daniel, I'm going to let you go because I'm sure you have plenty to do with the show opening soon. Uh, Best of luck with the show, and for anyone who wants to know more about the tour of Frozen at the Fox, take a look right down here at the video description. I've got all of the links you'll need, and you can also find out where the show is going after it leaves St. Louis. What is your next stop after you leave St. Louis, just out of curiosity?
We're heading to San Francisco, California.
Oh, wow. That should be nice.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So, regardless of when you're seeing this, even if you're not in St. Louis, if it's past November 13th, check out the link below to see where Daniel and the rest of the cast of Frozen will be when you see this. Could be in your city or really close. Daniel, thanks very much. Best of luck with the show. For Chuck's Culture Channel, signing off until next time. See you then.